This video tutorial is a presentation on how to resize pictures. So they will be much lighter and you can send them by email to some other people. So I have a folder called Photos on my desktop. You probably would have the same, or in Report, a place where you are saving all your photos. So if I double left click on the folder, it will open the folder and I will have different subfolders. And if I'm going into weed management, I now have different folders for the different patrols that I've done. So this one is an aerial survey. And if I'm looking at the 21st of October, I'm going to double click on this folder to have a look inside. I can see I have different pictures taken from a plane. And I want to send some of these pictures to some odd people through email. At the moment, if you click on one of them, at the bottom here, you should see the dimension, so 4608 pixel by 2500 pixel, and the size is 2.7 megabytes. So roughly on an email, anything more than 8 or 10 megabytes, it's way too heavy for an email. So that means we can only send, if the pictures stay for that size, 3 or 4 pictures, which is annoying because I want to send 8 pictures, these first 8 here. So what I have to do, I have to resize the picture. And it's quite an easy process. We're going to go through this. But the first thing I want to do, I want to create a subfolders inside my folder here called Resize, because I want to keep the original one. I might need the original picture one day, but I want to have a specific folder just for the Resize picture, because I'm not going to resize all of them, just a few of them. So what I can do is right click in the white empty area, click New, left click, and then Folder. And I'm going to call this folder Resized. Okay, now which are the pictures that I want to resize? I'm going to select them and copy them and move them into the Resize folder. So I want to get a copy, so I've click on the first one, and I'm going to keep my control key down to select the one I want. I want this one, and let's say this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picture. So what I can do is on one of the blue one that is selected, can do a right click on it and select copy. I can also use Control C, there's many other way, and I'm going to into my Resize folder, so double left click on the Resize folder. I'm going to do a right click, paste. Okay, so now I have on my desktop, I have all the different files that I was after. So going back to photos, fire, weed management, 21st, I've got my original pictures, all of them, and I also created a folder, a subfolder called Resize with some of the selected pictures that I know I want to send on an email. So because I've copied them, I haven't changed anything, they're still very heavy. So that this one is 2.7 megabytes, this one 2.74, and if I select them all up, 16 megabytes, it's too heavy, I cannot send an email. So how am I going to resize these pictures? So the easiest way, one of the ways, is to use Paint, and we're going to go through this. So on the first picture here, I'm going to do a right click on it, and I want to open it, but this time I only want to open it with, so if you look for open it in your list after you right click on the picture, I want to open it with Paint. I can do a left click. So it's opening the picture at the maximum zoom. So just for the look of it, I might just click on this magnifier tool here, left click, so activate the tool. And I'm just going to do a right click, 1, 2, 3, to zoom out. So that's the picture that I'm after. If I do a left click, I zoom in. If I do a right click, I zoom out. So we have the Resize button here. We're going to do a left click on Resize. And to make it easier to really fit an email, we are going to change this number, the size, and instead of having 100%, we're going to use 25. So I'm selecting horizontal and I just type 25. That's all you have to do. Then you click OK. Now my image is pretty small. And the last thing that I have to do is just to save it. And because we already make a copy of the picture, we can save it straight away. So we can click on this Save button here. Or you can also do Control S on your keyboard. So I'm just going to do a left click and save. Now I can close Paint. And if I have a look at my picture now, if I select it, it is much smaller, so we've got less pixel. It's still a good picture to look at, but it's now 800 kilos. Okay, so we divided it by 4 basically. Well, actually, something like that, yeah, 3 or 4. And we're just going to do it again for the other pictures. So I'm going to do a right click on 362, open with Paint. That's the picture we're after. You can zoom out if you want, so select the magnifier and do a right click. There's the right one. Left click on Resize, 25%. OK, click Save. You can close it, and now I can see that it's much lighter. And I'll keep going. Number 363, right click, open with Paint. Same story, Resize, 25. OK, save, close. 3 more to go. Right click, open with Paint, Resize, 25. OK, and save, and we close. 365, right click on 365, open with Paint, Resize, 25. OK, save, close. And the last one, open with Paint, Resize, 25%, OK, save, and I can close it. So all these photos in this Resize folder for the 21st of October, my selection, if I select them all, now I know the full size is 4 megabytes. That means I can put that in an email. So this thing you have to check is that if the pictures that you want to send are too heavy, all up more than 10 megabytes, just you have to resize them. But I would recommend that every time you send an email, unless you want to send a real high definition one, high resolution, really good quality pictures, you will only send one per email, which can take a long time if you only have, well, if you have 10 or 20 pictures. So it's quite quick to do the resizing one by one, and now you can just put these pictures and drag and drop them into your email, or even inside your Word document. That will make your Word document and your email much lighter. So now, if I'm going back and having a look at my original pictures, they're all still very heavy, 2.7 megabytes in here, but in my Resize folder, there are the light one.